guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out Morgan Polk. Morgan was one of the first ones to send me this crazy story, and it's concerning Marc Jacobs and this website called Hair Addicts. So what went down is that Marc Jacobs just recently had another fashion show, and in that fashion show he had some white models and they were rocking Bantu knots. And what went down is that main Addicts editorial director, her name is Justine Marjan, she decided to do a story on how to get Marc Jacobs' look for the runway. So in that story, she called them Marc Jacobs Mini-Buns as opposed to what they're called, which is called Bantu knots. Bantu knots have been around for thousands of years. Black women, African women have been rocking their hair in Bantu knots forever. I remember rocking my hair like that back in high school. You know what I'm saying? So when she decided to call Bantu knots mini buns and basically give Marc Jacobs credits for this hairstyle, a lot of folks on social media started going off on her and dragging her on Twitter and on Instagram. I want you guys to go ahead and check out all these messages and comments, and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary. So you guys just read all the comments and what folks had to say to her. So of course, after she got drugged on social media, she basically was begging people to stop coming at her. This is what she had to say in response to everybody going off on her. Alright, so you guys just read her response, and once again, I'm not shocked. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, our fashion, our trends are always emulated by people. People sweeping down that they're ugly. You know, like I've said in other videos, a lot of times black women get made fun of for having natural hair. You know, our hair is nappy. It looks like pubic hair. It's you know, disgusting. You can't get a comb through it. But yet and still, when you go to any runway show, you'll see a white woman there with an afro or afro wig on. You know, we used to get clowned because of our lips, and you had the Kylie Jenner lip challenge. We used to get clowned for having big boobs and a big butt. Now, you know, breast implants and ass injections are all the rage. So, you know, things that other races deem ugly on black women, for whatever reason, is attractive on anybody else, which is sad. And nothing that kind of irritated me, too, is I would see people say, you know, why do black women care? You know, you guys are always complaining about something. Y'all don't even wear your own hair. Y'all always wearing weaves and stuff like that. That's the thing that gets me, that's one thing that just irks me, because I get so tired of the whole weave stigma in black women, because not all black women wear weave. A lot of black women, and sometimes if black women do wear weave, there's some who wear their weave that matches their natural hair texture. Not every black woman is walking around with a sew-in. So if black women are upset or have something to say about this article, they have the right to say that about the article. And so what if a few black women choose to wear weave? That's their business. That doesn't mean that you can just take a style that's called Bantu knots and then call them something totally different and then credit Marc Jacobs when Marc Jacobs didn't invent this. You know, personally, I just found her whole little article that she wrote just kind of just distasteful. You know, she swears up and down that she likes the hairstyle so much, and this is a website called Main Addicts, which means that they're dedicated to knowing about hair and hairstyles. So you mean to tell me that nobody on this site could Google this simple style and figure out that it was called Bantu knots, but yet and still she's saying that she loves this style, but yet and still she doesn't love the style enough to know the correct name or to give proper credit when credit is due. You know, so I mean, that's the part that just frustrates me and annoys me, is when people try and take credit for other things. I in no way am blaming Marc Jacobs. It had nothing to do with Marc Jacobs. All he did was basically direct a fashion show and direct a look. I blame the person who wrote the article and who credited Marc Jacobs with his hairstyle and who changed the name from Bantu knots to mini buns. So once again, like I said, I'm not shocked by the entire situation. Bantu knots are their shit. They're a great protective style. So yes, even though, you know what I'm saying, it's free enterprise and people can, you know, pick a style and make it their own and things like that, I do feel like, you know, you should always give props when props are due. You should always give credit when credit's due. Be honest about where it comes from. You know, I don't care if it's music. You know, you can't take somebody's song and make it your own, because that would be called copyright infringement. And I think that's the same thing, even though there's no copyright on hair or, you know, fashion per se. But I just think that it's just, you know, as an editor-in-chief and as somebody running a big website, I just think it's the classy thing and it's the right thing to do, is to give people credit for who started started these styles as opposed to just making up random names and giving random, you know, designers credit. You know, he's not a hairstylist, he's a designer. So I think for her to credit Marc Jacobs is just ridiculous. So anyways, you guys, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Do you feel like, once again, this is cultural appropriation, and once again, you know, black women are not getting props for styles that they started? Or do you feel like it's no big deal, and if she wants to call them Mini-Buns, she has a right to call them that? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Let me know your thoughts. All right, deuces.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lovelyti, and you can show me some love by hitting that subscribe button, watching my previous videos, and following me on social media.